So now we're going to do our creamy salmon pasta. It's delicious pasta, and when you say cream sauce, usually that means heavy cream, right, Chef?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so my substitute for heavy cream is non-fat milk and non-fat sour cream. And then you infuse flavors into that with a whole bunch of other spices and citrus, and we got a lot of that going on. So we're going to get going on our creamy salmon pasta. So Chef's already
first,
prepared
I've got the
some
olive
stuff.
oil here.
A little olive oil.
And we're going to get our shallots going.
These are diced up shallots. Shallots are in the onion family, and they're smaller, and you would think that maybe they wouldn't have as much flavor, but actually it's like taking all the flavor of an onion and condensing it down, so it's actually richer.
Yeah, they definitely add a great flavor. I like to think of it as a cross between an onion and a garlic.
Like, yes. Cross between an onion and a garlic. Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to saute these until they just kind of start to become translucent, which since we've minced them up so small, which will take just a second. Okay, and then from there, we're going to add our Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard, I love Dijon mustard. It's very bikini, hardly has any calories at all, but it's tons of flavor, which is what you want. So we're all about packing in the flavor without the fat and calories. And Dijon mustard has no fat, 0.
And it goes excellent with salmon, I might add.
Well, I'm a salmon fanatic, so in my opinion,
add the tarragon in there.
Great. Crushed tarragon, fresh herbs are very bikini.
I'm going to mix that up.
And check out this grill thing he's got going here. I mean, this is awesome. You're
now
like
we're just
going
going to add a little
camping.
bit of flour, just to kind of make it all into a paste.
So you add a little flour, and like you were saying, that makes a paste. And this is what's going to give your sauces a little bit of thickness.
Yeah, because you're not using heavy cream, so it's not going to get that thick reduction. Now we're going to add our...
Thick reduction meaning fat.
Exactly. I was trying to be nice.
It's not going to have all the fat in it.
So, since we do have the flour in there, once it starts heating up, it'll kind of almost, it'll work itself out.
So all the little lumps?
All the little lumps will eventually just kind of work itself out. Then we're going to add our non-fat sour cream, and I have to be honest with you, in all my cooking, I've never cooked with non-fat sour cream.
You haven't?
And it tastes exactly the same.
It does.
And looks exactly the same and everything.
See, you heard it from another pro here.
I was kind of like, wow. I was a little skeptical because I like salmon, and I like salmon with pasta, and I was like, I don't know how that non-fat sour cream, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's great.
I love that. I didn't hire him to say that either.
No. Being a chef, we learn from everybody.
You do.
And me being the executive chef at a place that has such a well-known spa and things like that, we get a lot of people who asking for lower calorie items and things like that. And as a chef, you learn stuff new every day. And these are some items I'm cooking from your cookbook, but I can utilize them in our spa for all that kind of stuff.
That would be fantastic. What a compliment. And check this out. So, kind of get a shot of that. Look how creamy that is. It's nice and creamy, but it's not because it has fat in it. There's like no fat in that. There's very little because it's just a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. That's it. And he's tripled this recipe, so this serves a lot. So imagine that little bit of fat in the olive oil distributed over, say, 30 different servings. I mean, that's hardly anything. And that's nice and creamy.
Now, as you can see, as it's heated up, it's kind of worked itself out with the lumps and stuff. But so now we've got a nice creamy sauce.
And that was so easy.
Very easy. All the recipes in the book. And then we're going to heat up the salmon, which we've just salt and peppered and put under our broiler.
And this is a salmon fillet, and yes, you just put a little bit of salt and pepper on there, and then, as he said, put it under the broiler. And under the broiler about 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Now, did you broil it on each side? I usually do, but if you didn't, that's
No,
fine.
I actually just put it under. We have these ones that distribute heat pretty even. So I just left it under there.
He's got all the industrial stuff going on, so. But yeah, and so this is just penne pasta, and you toss that up. Just throw it in with the salmon, and voila, creamy salmon.
And then the last thing we'll add once this is done is the Parmesan cheese, and you know the saltiness from the Parmesan cheese is going to add a little bit of that salt in there to it, so you can actually cut out the sodium and all that.
Look at that
looks
talent.
good, huh? Pasta's nice and coated,
Gorgeous.
but without being too saucy.
Yep, it's not too saucy and very bikini.
So what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll add a little bit in there, and then we'll garnish the top with a little bit. How's that?
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, sounds good.
I love freshly grated Parmesan cheese.
So do I.
And you could use Parmesan or Reggiano if you wanted to. Look at him flip that. Now see, Chef, you gotta help me practice on my flipping skills.
That's it. It's good to go.
Voila!
We're good to go.
Yep.
Easy.
Okay, but wait, okay. Here's one for you.
All right.
Here's one for me.
Okay, hold on though. Don't eat it just yet. You have to get the whole.
I have to get the whole?
Yeah, you have to get the whole effect.
Okay, the whole effect.
Okay.
Thank you, Chef.
There you go.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Good.
That's good.
It's good.
And salmon's my favorite. Stop